Good morning, guys. I just wanted to pop on and chat for a minute. I guess my Thursday videos recently are just going to be short because, I don't know, Thursday kind of hits at a weird time, mainly because my Wednesdays are kind of rushed trying to get ready for church in the evenings after doing school and chores and things. So we might start doing a shorter video on Thursdays, or I might push it out to Friday. We'll see. But anyway, that being said, yesterday I was really excited because I had finally sucked up my angst over something that I was told recently and decided to place an order for some Bath and Body Works products that I really love. I was recently at their store and they said that they had retired one of my favorite fragrances. And I was so sad that I don't know, I was really annoyed actually, because I've used this smell since it's like one of the first like scents I guess I ever bought for myself. And I was really sad, and she tried to sell me on a different smell. She's like, this is the closest thing that we have. It's kind of the one that's replacing it. Check it out and see if you like it. And it's not like it. It's not at all like it. So I was really sad, but they're like, yeah, we retired that one. I was like, ugh. But the thing is, like, I'm very picky about like perfumey smells. Like, I don't like food scented smells. So I don't like the vanillas. I don't like the sugary stuff. I don't like, I think the only kind of food thing that I like is they have a wine, like plum wine or something, scented hand soap that I like. But other than that, I'm not really a scent kind of person. I tried to do the essential oils thing, and I do like those a lot because I like that they're more of a natural smell and stuff like that. But I couldn't ever get that same kind of mix or blend that I was looking for. And then I have started doing some herbalism things, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can make a similar smell with some regular flowers. But unfortunately, trying to make perfumes on your own is difficult, and those scents are just not as they don't stick as well. When you make them, you have to like mix them with oil, and then sometimes the oil, it's hard to find an oil that doesn't have a smell to it. It's a lot. Anyway, all of that being said, I finally got over what she told me and went online. So if you're not familiar with Bath and Body Works, if there's a scent that you like and they retire it, that means that you can only order it online. It's still available, thankfully, but you can only order it online. So I finally sucked it up and I ordered some, and I will show you my favorite smell in the entire world is Moonlight Path. I like it because it's light. It smells, to me, it has kind of like a powdery, like a very light, like baby powder smell. It's supposed to be night blooming jasmine, blue violet, sheer lavender, lily of the valley, and soft musk is the smells that are in Moonlight Path. I love it. It's just a very light smell. It's not overpowering. It doesn't have a strong, it's a body spray, so it's not like a strong alcohol smell to it. But I really love it. But so here's the secret, and here's the sweet little story of why I'm so obsessed with this smell. When I was a teenager, I sprayed this stuff all over my room, all over me, like what maybe like Curious from Britney Spears was to other people, what all these other smells were to other people. This was me. Like, this was my smell. So I sprayed it all over my room, all over my bed, all over me, all over my clothes, my closet. My whole room smelled like it all the time. And I still love it. So I wore that constantly. And then one year, like my my husband and I, we had just started dating, like just started dating. We had started dating probably in about August, and my birthday came around. Now, if you don't know, if you don't know much about me, I'm kind of like, if I just met you, I'm not telling you when my birthday is, especially if it's like right around the corner, because I feel like, you know, as like a teenager, especially dating somebody, I was like, I don't want you to feel like you have to buy me anything, because like heaven forbid this doesn't work out and then I end up with stuff from you and you spent money on me, and no, I'm not doing that. I'm not that kind of chick. I'm not doing that. So I didn't want him to spend money on me, but somehow he found out, and I can't remember how he found out. But anyway, he found out, and my friends had, like, my birthday thing that year was I just wanted to hang at the mall with my friends, and that's basically what we did. So he actually ends up buying me, he found out that it was my birthday, he bought me some gifts, and those gifts were a whole bunch of like Bath and Body Works products, all of 1 cent, and then he bought me like a blanket because I was always saying I was cold. And so then I was like, okay, well, I like my Moonlight Path and I don't want to get rid of it. And so I was using so I think I was using like Moonlight Path body spray, and then I would use like the Japanese, that's what it was. I was using the Japanese Cherry Blossom, their body wash. So not this is their scrub, but it smells just as heavenly as their body wash does. So I started using this body wash with, I think, this lotion. And those two together, guys, if you want to know what heaven smells like, it's those two together. That's got to be it. It was so pleasant. And so I got super addicted to those two smells mixed together. And that was, I mean, like, I guess I'm just like really motivated by smell because it's my favorite. It has been for a long time. So after all of that, when I recently heard that they retired Moonlight Path, I was quite upset because I was like, okay, I have my Japanese Cherry Blossom stuff, and it smells great on its own. It absolutely does. But I was really upset because I was like, I mixed them together. So it wasn't like, even if I liked that new smell, that new fragrance that she was trying to introduce me to, it's like, okay, but is it going to mix with this other one? Like, I'm strange, but it has to mix. They had to mix together. So I tried it. It wasn't my favorite. It doesn't smell the same together. So I finally, it's like I said, I ordered online and I got all of it in yesterday. So I already had the Japanese Cherry Blossom body mist, which I like it a lot, but the thing with this is it doesn't take much. So this I don't like douse myself in, but I do mix this one with it. So anyway, they got here yesterday and I was stoked, and I took a shower and I put all of the products on and I smelled fantastic yesterday. And then I woke up this morning and I had put some on last night because I love the smell of it so much. So I got up this morning and I smelled it and I was like, this is it. This is good. It's just like, I've gone for a few good years, probably like 6 years or so, trying to figure out a different smell that I would like, that I would enjoy just as much. I was like, there's got to be something out there. And there's a few that I do like. There's a few other ones that I have. There was one that was, it's like a lemon. It just says lemon. And I can't remember where they're from. I don't know if it was a Bath & Body Works fragrance or not. But it smells really nice. It's got like a citrusy smell, but it's got a really like lovely perfume. So that one's great. And then there was another one. There's one that I have from a long time ago. This is so silly. Years and years and years ago, you know, like at Christmas, you go to like Walmart or something, and they have like those like gift box sets of like different like body washes and like perfumes and stuff. Kind of like the gift that you give somebody just because you don't know what they like yet. So they had one of those, and my dad, I think, had gotten it for me, or somebody got it for me, and it was pear scented, and it was the most. It really smells like a very fresh pear. So, I like that one. I like the lemon one. I like some other smells, but Moonlight Path and Japanese Cherry Blossom all the way. Like all the way. I just couldn't. I'm like, those smell nice, but I don't want to make my whole life smell like that. Japanese Cherry Blossom and Moonlight Path are it. They're mine. So now that you know my sick obsession, um, another kind of life update. I finally started blogging again. So I have a vlog that obviously I only started this like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago now. So I've uploaded a good few videos at this point because I'm doing like 2 a week. At least 2 a week. Occasionally I do one of like these little pop-up videos that I do, a little short or something. I don't typically like to do shorts just because I don't make shorts content. So like I don't make things that are like 60 seconds of content. A lot of my shorts are, hey, look, I've got another video up. Go check it out. And I can't really link anything in these, or I haven't figured it out yet, so I'm not real sure. But I do have, I've tried some of that, and a lot of times it's just pointing back to like these videos. So that's a thing. But I did start blogging again. Sorry, I'm trying not to call it a vlog because it's not a video. It's just a blog. But I've had that one since about 2012, maybe. And it really started more as just a kind of an experiment to see if I just liked it. But I didn't just, it's not like typical life update stuff. I do like book reviews. I do movie reviews. Occasionally I'll do a video game review on there. I just haven't written them very often. My blog is more of like a thought out kind of thing. So whereas like these videos, some of them are kind of planned out. I don't really tend to script this kind of stuff like when I'm vlogging. But when I'm typing, it's more intentional, more thought out. So it's something that I kind of try to hit certain beats with. I try to make sure that it's more coherent and not just babbling. There's a place for that. That's here. You get all the babbly junk. But my blog is a very specific type of thing that I make. Right now I'm trying to I'm still keeping them kind of separate, just because it's a bit more of like a personal thing for me. I say it's personal. I'm putting it out there. It's there, but I write differently than I speak. And if you've done any blogging before, you probably understand that. Like, I'm still going to put a lot of my personality and my silliness and stuff like that in it, but it comes across a little bit differently when it's read. I had a lot of followers at one point, and I really loved it because I did that with my Goodreads account, and I would get like asked to do book reviews for some upcoming authors. I don't want to say young because some people start writing like later in life, but I had gotten asked to do like book reviews for like new authors. I had gotten requests to do some editing stuff for one of my favorite authors, which was super exciting. So that was really cool. Kind of like a beta reader type of thing. Yes, those exist too. So if you've ever played if you've ever beta tested a game, well, people who write do beta readers, and that's really fun to do. You get to kind of hit some stuff. And what was really sweet though is that occasionally, so one of the things that this author had said, she said that there are some things that you guys have edited, because it wasn't just me, it was like a couple of other people who were, beta reading. And she said there's some things that you guys may have pointed out that you were like correcting or whatever. And she says, but it's not just it. Some of the stuff is how I say things. It's not necessarily incorrect. And I thought that was it was really helpful to see later that it was a very responsive kind of thing. So it was like she wrote the story, we read the story, made what we thought were corrections, and a lot of them, a bunch of them, like were it, and she was very specific about like, these are just things that may have gotten missed, and or typos or things like that. So a lot of stuff like that, was stuff that we pointed out. But then there were other things, just like phrasing, the way that she phrased something. And she says it's not necessarily wrong. It's just that's the way that we phrase it where I'm from. And that was fine. That's absolutely fine. So it was a really interesting process, and I miss doing that kind of stuff a lot. And I didn't realize how much I missed it until recently. Because it was it's like an honor to get chosen to do something like that for your favorite authors. So that was really cool. We just had a really good kind of back and forth with stuff like that. So that was really neat. So I would really love to get that part of my life kind of up and running again. But and I may share it on here at some point. If I end up not liking the whole YouTube thing, I can just go back to my blogging, which it's just nice. It's like an escape. I don't know. Writing for me has always been a really cool like way to just express myself, get my thoughts out. But I also have a very I don't know how to phrase it. I think, I guess, a little bit more like a writer. I've kind of cultivated that over the years. Maybe one day I'll vlog about it on here, about different different writing tips and tricks and things, because I got to where I was very I just love it. That's a passion of mine that I just haven't done in years, and a lot of that is because when I got pregnant, I had pregnancy brain really bad. And if you haven't had kids or anything, pregnancy brain, it's like a really difficult mindset. Like you try to think of words, and the best way that I can explain it is it's like there's a door that you don't have this key to. And when you are pregnant, if you're in the middle of a sentence, something can slip behind that door and get shut, and it's not coming back. It's just not. It's not at all. And it's so frustrating. Because like all of your words, all of that kind of stuff just get like shoved behind that door, and you can't remember what you were saying. You can't remember the point of what you're saying. It was really frustrating. So for me as a writer, I couldn't write, and like if I was reading something, trying to retain it was really difficult. I also had gestational diabetes. So there were moments where I was like crashing, and I would get extremely frustrated because and not retain stuff because my sugars were dropping and I wasn't aware. It was really, really, really frustrating. And I mean like really frustrating. So for 2 or 3 years there, I was pregnant off and on, so I didn't write. And then, being a new mom, your brain is kind of wonky there too. So I haven't written in a long time, just because I've been momming it up, and I've loved it. I have loved every minute of it, but it's finally kind of coming back full circle at this point. And I'm excited. I feel like there's some stuff that's starting to kind of come back. There's seasons that I'm going to be sad about because I know I'm not having any more children. Just because that was the Lord's will for our lives. There were certain things that, we didn't have control over, and we never have control over it anyway. I don't know why we pretend that we do, but we don't. So, yeah, we're not having any more kids. And so there's a part of me that still, will grieve that off and on with some things. Especially as I see my friends like having more children after they've had their 2. Not that 2 is like a stopping point. Don't ever think that. Have a big family. Enjoy every moment of it. It's wonderful. They're fantastic. I love my friends that have big families, and I've got a lot of them. So, but that also is freeing me up a little sooner to do certain things that maybe I wouldn't be doing if I was still in the having babies stages. So that's kind of neat. There are good things to both sides, and I'm trying to focus on the good, um, which is really truly lovely. So there are things, but don't ever look at children like they're some sort of like um, speed bump, or that there's some sort of stop for the things that you want to do. Children are absolutely always a blessing, and every moment of it has totally been worth it. It's never something that you should ever look down on. Um, don't ever say, like, oh, well, we're just not having kids because we don't want them. Absolutely have children. If you can have kids, have children. Raise them, love them, because sometimes you need them as much as they need you. And I can think of times when I need my kids. I just need them. I love them and I need them. And as a mom, you probably feel that same kind of thing. There are times where you're like, no, I need to hug my child because they're my, like, they kind of ground you a little bit. So that's great. Okay, anyway, I'm babbling, and I just wanted to show you guys and tell you guys a couple of little updates. So yeah, that's kind of it for now. I'm not sure what we're doing this weekend. I'm trying to find something cool that we can do for Halloween. If you guys like, okay, I don't like to be scared. I don't like haunted houses. I've never done haunted houses. I don't like that kind of thing. But like a ghost tour or something that's just a little spooky, something that's just got a little bit of ooh, that's kind of, ooh, what's over here? What's the history here? Tell me what happened. Stuff like that. I like that kind of thing. I'm really into that kind of stuff. I also really like the kind of like the behind the scenes of spooky stuff too. I think that's kind of cool. Like watching them do the makeup, watching them make all the cool stuff and see how it operates. I really like that kind of thing. So anything that's like that, leave it in the comments. Let me know kind of what you like to do around where you are. I found one thing recently that popped up in my Facebook feed, and I thought about doing it, but the reviews on it aren't really all that great. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Anyway, so if I find anything, or if you guys tell me anything, I'll try and vlog it while I'm there, if I can, what I can. Because I really like that kind of stuff. I think it's fun. I think it's really cool. Plus, it's just that season. There's just certain things that you do when certain seasons roll around that are fun. And some people are like, ooh, let's do a bonfire. Ooh, let's go, drink pumpkin spice stuff. Yeah, I like that stuff too. But what makes spooky season spooky without some spooks? So anyway, all right, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.